Hey, are you interested in buying in the metaverse? This video is for you. Hey, this is Devin Roston with Aspire Realty Group. I'm here to talk to you about the metaverse. Since the development of the internet in the 90s and early 2000s, technology has evolved at a breakneck pace. The recent emergence of blockchain, Internet of Things, virtual reality, and the metaverse have shown us that technological innovation is unlikely to slow down anytime soon. Today, we'll have two choices: keep up or get left behind. At Aspire Realty Group, we are the innovation spearhead of the real estate industry here in Alaska. It's our job to help our clients keep up with that technological change. Today, I'm going to be talking to you about the metaverse. What is it? What are the key metaverse platforms? How the metaverse is structured? Some use cases for virtual real estate. What's driving development of the metaverse? The simple 7-step sales process for virtual real estate, and the possible advantages and disadvantages of virtual real estate. I hope that you find this video useful and informative, and don't hesitate to reach out if you have any feedback. With that out of the way, let's get started. So, what is the metaverse? Well, the word itself is derived from the prefix meta, which means beyond, and the stem verse, which means the universe. So, metaverse means beyond the universe. And it is designed as a set of interconnected, experience-based 3D virtual worlds where people connect to create a persistent, user-owned internet economy. The metaverse is a combination of three main elements. It is an integration of digital content within the real world. It is the ability to interact with that digital content within the real world using a hardware device like an Oculus. And it is the optimization of the user experience with machine learning and AI. Put simply, the main idea behind the metaverse is to present a digital world where people can interact with one another, similar to social media, but within an immersive 3D environment. So, what are some of the primary metaverse platforms? There are what's known as the Big Four. They're the Sandbox, Decentraland, CryptoVoxels, and Somnium Space. Each one of these is a different type of metaverse, each one. So Sandbox has its own metaverse, Decentraland has its own metaverse, CryptoVoxels. Each one develops and maintains its own version of the metaverse, but they are working to make them so that they are interconnected and you can travel from one metaverse to the other while still keeping all of your stuff. So how is a metaverse built? Well, we'll use the structure of Decentraland to explain how everything within the metaverse is structured. So the Decentraland protocol is comprised of three main layers. There's the consensus layer, where you can track land ownership and the content on that land. And then there's the land content layer itself, which allows you to download assets using a decentralized distribution database. There's a real-time layer, which enables users to actually interact with that content. From a technical perspective, how does that all work? Well, first, the land content is referenced through a hash, and the file's content at the consensus layer is retrieved. From that reference hash, the content itself can be downloaded from BitTorrent or IPFS, and that downloaded file will contain a description of the content that's used to create the 3D environment, and a rendezvous server address is also included in that downloaded file so that users can both connect to one downloaded file of the metaverse content. Basically, what all this means is that the consensus layer tells the content layer what to download in order to create the virtual world, and the content layer then communicates with the real-time layer to allow people to interact with it all. So, what about the real-world utility for virtual property? How can you use the land in the metaverse? The biggest criticism of the metaverse is that it's not a real asset. It doesn't exist physically like traditional real estate. This, however, does not mean that it doesn't have real use cases. Software like Microsoft Windows or Mac OS doesn't exist physically either, but it allows our computers to function and get work done. just like software, the metaverse is a digital asset that has an almost limitless range of uses, some of which include application development, so games, events, and other dynamic 3D scenes, content curation, so users can gather around spaces of shared interest within the metaverse, so being located near some of those high traffic hubs will drive users to specific content. So if Nike buys a piece of land within a high traffic area, Nike's going to have all of the advertising space within a high traffic area. And moving on to advertising. So advertising near high traffic land parcels allows you to promote products, services, and other events, sort of like a virtual version of Times Square. And brands may also position themselves within the metaverse to create shared experiences and engage with their audience. This is usually done through the use of digital collectibles, NFTs. So users can publish, distribute, and collect rare digital assets and issued on the blockchain by the creators. So Nike creates a pair of shoes as an NFT, and then you can purchase that NFT, and your metaverse avatar is able to wear those Nikes in the metaverse. The metaverse is also a big place for social gatherings. So groups that currently gather in online forums, chat groups, or other centralized multiplayer games can port their communities into the metaverse. So all of your Call of Duty buddies can get together and kind of hang out in the metaverse, which is pretty cool. So what's fueling the demand for virtual real estate? Well, it's the same thing that fueled other tech companies like Facebook, Amazon, and Google. Advertising. So commerce has been migrating into virtual environments since the advent of the internet, but the metaverse brings about an even greater confluence between virtual and real worlds. So what are some benefits of this? Well, the main thing is direct to avatar marketing, and that is advertising directly to consumers' avatars within the metaverse. So some of the benefits of direct to avatar marketing are it increases businesses' reach, immediacy, and interactivity within the metaverse. So businesses are able to offer richer, more targeted promotions and experiences to their consumers, and that is very likely to boost user engagement in the future. Done well, I believe that these marketing opportunities can lead to digital and real-world purchases and increase brand loyalty. And consumers are most likely to gain the most from the metaverse, actually, as information, products, services, entertainment, and social experiences all become more enhanced and accessible online. So how do you become a virtual landowner? How does the buying process work? Well, unlike the tedious process of buying traditional real estate, buying land in the metaverse does not require hours of paperwork. You can become a virtual landowner in a matter of hours by following a few simple steps. So first, you're going to choose your desired platform. So like I discussed earlier, you have Sandbox, Decentraland, etc. So you choose your desired platform. Once you have your platform, you connect your crypto wallet to that platform, and then you consider the price, location, and future value of that potential investment. So do your own due diligence on that one, or contact a metaverse professional like us. After you do that, you're going to want to acquire the platform's coins and tokens. So Decentraland uses its own coin called Mana, and that's used to purchase the digital land within the metaverse on Decentraland. And once you purchase those coins and tokens, you're going to want to store them in your connected crypto wallet, and you're going to make a bid for the land on the platform's marketplace. If you win that bid, the cost will be deducted automatically from your crypto wallet, and the NFT deed, which represents your ownership of that digital asset, is going to be transferred to your wallet as well. And that's a form of digital conveyance. So similarly to how with traditional real estate, we would go down to the recorder's office and sign over the paperwork to transfer ownership of a traditional real estate property. This is all done over the blockchain via NFTs. And the final step in that process is just enjoy your new virtual real estate investment. So some of the advantages of virtual real estate include decentralized ownership proof. So like I discussed, with the blockchain and NFTs, the proof of ownership is not within one centralized party. It's distributed across the blockchain. And so there's no, messing around with that. No centralized party can decide to take away your metaverse assets. There's also no overhead costs. So you don't have to pay to clean a metaverse property. You don't have to pay to heat it. There's no electricity costs within the metaverse. There's also no legal documents to sign. So ownership is assigned via a blockchain smart contract, and so there's no need to include lawyers. There's also no middlemen within that transaction as well. There's no notary, lender, inspectors, appraisers. All of those things don't exist with Metaverse real estate. It also, as an added benefit, does not require homeowners insurance because natural disasters don't occur within the Metaverse. There's also shorter transactional timelines because of that. So with no middlemen and no overhead costs, you can get a transaction done in a matter of hours, like I discussed before, instead of waiting weeks and sometimes even months for traditional real estate. Additional touchstone to develop relationship with business consumers is also an added benefit of the Metaverse. And it is also an interesting way to create buzz and raise money for specific movements. So charity events and things like that are an interesting way to raise money through the Metaverse. And also, like I discussed earlier, with the blockchain and NFTs, there's an increased liquidity market for virtual real estate. So because it's easier to liquidate your assets and things like that through the blockchain NFTs than it is to, like I said, go down to the recorder's office and record title for a traditional real estate purchase. However, there are disadvantages to virtual real estate. That increased liquidity I talked about before also means greater price volatility. And so because the easier it is to liquidate a particular asset, the more volatile the price for that asset tends to be. Also, with Metaverse real estate, you are ultimately responsible for your portfolios. If you lose the keys to your crypto wallet, you will lose your Metaverse assets and anything else that's included in that crypto wallet. Also, typical cybersecurity risks are still present, and hackers have been specifically targeting crypto assets, so that's one thing to watch out for. There's also the potential for platform obsolescence. So future platforms within the Metaverse might displace current ones. So in the future, when Facebook develops its Metaverse, that might displace something like Decentraland or the Sandbox. And like I said before, natural disasters don't occur within the Metaverse. There's no tornadoes or hurricanes or anything you got to worry about currently. But something like that outside of the Metaverse may still have an impact on things within. So server issues due to power outages, etc., flooding, things like that, those might still affect issues with the Metaverse, but that is highly unlikely to cause a huge issue due to the decentralized nature of the Metaverse. And most of these risks are all related to the overall crypto and like cybersecurity ecosystem and not specifically the Metaverse itself. And one also thing to also consider with this is the environmental concerns with energy usage. So running a Metaverse server requires a lot of graphical processors and technology, computers and whatnot. And so there's been a lot of concern, I know, with Bitcoin and crypto in general about its energy usage. And so if that is something that concerns you, that is definitely something to be aware of. So what next? How can I move forward with investing in the Metaverse? Well, if you're ready to invest in the Metaverse today, don't miss out. Give us a call and let one of our professional Metaverse consultants guide you through the process from start to finish. Are you worried about the Metaverse? Such an advanced reality might be disconcerting, but its fundamental elements are already widely adopted throughout society. We've heavily integrated with virtual content using devices already. Our phones currently manage most of our day-to-day lives. And while the visual interfaces might evolve over time, the underlying capability to combine the physical and digital worlds has existed for over a decade. In closing, I want to leave you with a quote from Warren Buffett and his Berkshire Hathaway chairman's letter from 1986, where he says, "Occasional outbreaks of these two super contagious diseases, fear and greed, will forever occur in the investment community. The timing of these epidemics will be unpredictable. Therefore, we never try to anticipate the arrival or departure of either disease. Our goal is more modest. We simply attempt to be fearful when others are greedy and be greedy when others are fearful." Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to comment down below, like and subscribe if you like this video, and keep an eye out for more.